Welcome back to Mobile Mailbox Money. Welcome back to Mobile Mailbox Money. Today we're going over the note of the day, actually, in the Mesa market, providing a capital investor the availability to buy a cash flowing lien position with a qualified underwritten borrower, where they can acquire for $60,000 in cash flow 30 days after their acquisition, $976 a month for 20 years. That's a double-digit interest rate. Today's brought to you by Silvercrest Opportunity Fund. Invest accredited and earn a 10% net return for a 1-year term or 12% net for 3 in an income-oriented investment strategy, investing like Warren Buffett. Did you know Warren Buffett owns Clayton Cavco and 21st Mortgage, taking one of the largest bets in personal property, manufactured housing? I'm Alden Guajardo, president to Silvercrest Opportunity Fund, vice president of Win Mobile Homes, the largest dealer of manufactured housing here in Arizona. And we got a cash flowing opportunity immediately available for you to acquire and start cash flowing in as little as a 30-day program. So let's dive in here real quick. We're going to share my screen, see if we can manage here. So lot number 92 in Fountain East, located off major cross streets of Ellsworth and Broadway in an institutionally owned community by the name of Fountain East. It's a 55 and older park. This property, is this the right home? Maybe. Yes, it is. Hold on, let me back up here. Just make sure we're looking at the right property. Yeah, so this home is currently pending to an underwritten borrower. You got a walk-in shower here, 2-bed, 1-bath. So the buyer buying this home can match or beat market rent with ownership here in the Valley. So you got a built-out Arizona room, some decent-sized bedrooms for $60,000, and she gets ownership with the full bath. Looks like a half bath, possibly even. Need to double check that. But, fenced areas in the house, for an individual to buy this home, an end user here in the Valley, they have to qualify for 600 plus credit score or ITIN number, or no past criminal convictions, no past evictions, and verifiable income. So they qualified for this home actually to purchase here in the Valley, opposed to us just taking their word for it. They actually went through formal processes to qualify for this loan. So that's off major cross streets of Recker and Broadway in the Mesa market, in a 55 and older community, gated. Major cross streets, we've done quite a lot of business here in the Mesa market off of, Val Vista and Broadway, Higley and Broadway. We've got some family homes that we sold in these communities right here, Aspenwood Mobile Home Park, all facilitating comparable market pricing for an individual to shop and understand that the acquisition that they're acquiring actually fits the value that the buyer paid. So, the appraised value, broker's price opinion, that's Win Mobile Homes to corroborate pricing. For the end user and the stability for the investor who may want to buy a note like this for $60,000 and cash flow $900 or more a month with a first lien acquisition, they want to understand what the stability is of a note like this. Well, if the end user's options for available housing out in the market are limited for what they're paying, where else can they go after they've bought the property? Maybe they fall behind on payments and are looking for alternative housing solutions. What's market rent, and how does that chalk up to possibly someone, cutting their losses and leaving? Ultimately they would be held liable and responsible. Well, what's their alternative for housing? Well, that's rent here in the Valley. So let's go to apartments.com. Actually did a little lasso here in the Mesa market, and this is a pretty isolated view, as I think it's less than a 5-mile radius here. But you got 1-1s down at $1,299, $1,300 a month. Studio apartments at $1,500. You know, those are kind of brand new environments, but you're getting, you know, probably 600 square feet. See, 1-1s as low as $1,000 a month. That's really interesting, offering some concessions. 3 bedrooms are $2,200, 3-bedroom $2,600, 2-bedroom $2,000 a month. Seeing some as low as $1,400. So what does this end user, after they pay their home payment, you know, what's their total payment actually involved for a 20-year term, as they pay $976 on top of their lot rent, as they don't own the land? The lot rent's about $850. So with their mortgage payment or seller finance loan at $65,000, they're paying $5,000 down over a 20-year term. Looks like we may have this payment wrong. We'll get that corrected, but the payment's $790.07 over 20 years. Looks like ChatGPT got that pricing wrong, so we'll fix that. But $60,000 paying $790.07 a month. Their total monthly payment, including lot rent, insurance, taxes, and not including utilities, that's $1,825 a month, $1,825 a month. And they own a property. They own a quality home with laminate flooring and a 50-point inspection. You know, quality manufactured housing here in the Valley. Did you know 10% of housing is actually mobile homes here in the Valley? So that's actually, right under your nose here for an acquisition. We went through pricing, kind of what your cash flow looks like. We'll update the monthly cash flow, but for an individual wanting to participate in a cash flow program and doesn't so much want a 20-year term, we have terms as low as 1 year, hypothecated, whether you're accredited or non-accredited, you know, both specific options that we can help you participate. That's our note of the day. You know, $60,000. We received some infusion last week on construction loans as low as 1 year, and sold a note to a private investor, hypothecated for a 1-year term at a double-digit interest rate, like $44,000 and $35,000. So about $70,000 we received last week, and at the end of this month, by the end, we should have done another, hopefully $250,000 in transactions. So if you're looking for a note or a passive real estate investment opportunity, buy a note today at mobilemailboxmoney.com or invest with Silvercrest Opportunity Fund. Bam. See if I can end this stream here. My dang mouse won't reappear.